The never-spoken reality of Anna Duggar's family secrets, her innermost hardships, and her children's destiny. A behind-the-scenes look at the little-known stories about Anna Duggar's life as the family matriarch. That the Globe is always fascinated by Anna has psychological issues that are deeper and more intricate than anyone could have predicted in a culture where people are constantly observing and making judgments. Anna is faced with a fresh dilemma involving her past, her children, and the uncertain future. This battle is an extension of the covert battles she has been engaged in and her mounting worries about her older children's prospects. You shouldn't miss the chance to read this inspirational tale of bravery, sacrifice, and tenacity. Discover the facts that Anna Duggar has been keeping hidden from the world for far longer than she ought to have by continuing to read. Being a member of the famous Duggar family has put her life under intense scrutiny, both for the choices she has made and the actions she has taken in response to those choices. Anna has effectively navigated the complex web of public opinion, family values, and the demands of being married into a family that has garnered a lot of attention in the United States, despite the expectations that people have placed on her throughout her life. Behind the scenes, she has remained faithful and silent while doing this. Although Anna Duggar has been battling her own challenges, most people outside of her inner circle are ignorant of the difficulties she has been facing. Both Anna Duggar and she are parents to 7 children. Her difficult existence is concealed by her public image. The Duggar family has long been admired for their conservative views, extensive family customs, and reality TV appearances. Anna's personal path, however, tells a more complex tale than she first gave. As her children grow into adults, their lack of independence, especially that of the Duggar children, is causing her additional distress. Considering how much the Duggar family values hard labor, it seems almost incongruous that the 3 oldest of Anna's children, the Duggars, seem to be living on the streets without a job or any other means of support. Have been instilled from a young age with the notion that family is the most important thing in the world and that they should help out around the house. On the other hand, it appears that the Duggar children, who are getting on in years and ought to be beginning to break out on their own, are being treated differently than other youngsters. Trying to figure out how this fits in with the traditional values that the Duggar family holds dear is even more perplexing than the situation itself. When we consider the circumstances surrounding Anna's connections with her family members, we are more able to comprehend the difficulties she faces. Once upon a time, Anna, a young woman with bright eyes, entered a society in which everything was meticulously planned out, from courting to marriage to parenthood. She finds herself in a difficult situation at this time since she is attempting to deal with the difficulties of parenting her children. On the one hand, she has always been a mother who can be described as loving and committed, providing her children with care and direction as they develop. However, she is extremely worried about the future of her older children, who are still unclear of how to transition into maturity. She is terribly concerned about their future. The difficulties that Anna faces, on the other hand, are not exclusive to her children alone. Although the Duggar family presents a united front to the world, they have frequently been plagued by internal conflicts. The focus that has been surrounding Josh Duggar's legal difficulties has had a significant impact on Anna's mental and emotional well-being throughout this time. Anna finds herself in a difficult situation as a result of the scandal that Josh has caused. She is split between the opposing responsibilities of protecting her family and providing her children with the guidance they require for their futures. Her decisions and the morals she upholds in the midst of all of this are being called into question by a large number of individuals, and the public's evaluation of her decisions has only served to make the situation worse. Anna's meteoric ascent to prominence was hastened by the reality show that the Duggar family produced, which was titled 19 Kids and Counting. The show turned the once picture-perfect image of the family into a source of controversy, and viewers were enthralled by the manner in which Anna and Josh handled their relationship in the face of the controversies that shook their world. It became more than just being a mother for Anna. It became a necessity of survival, both for her personally and for her family, which was under a great deal of pressure. An already problematic dynamic is further exacerbated by the fact that Anna's older children not only do not have jobs or income, but they also confront the additional challenge of not having jobs. It would be reasonable to anticipate that as kids grow older, they will be able to obtain employment or enroll in college on their own. but it appears that none of these opportunities is occurring in the Duggar household. The cause for this stagnation is not entirely understood. However, there is a growing concern regarding the impact that it has on their sense of independence and identity. The inability of the Duggar children to support themselves financially must be a source of frustration for Anna. Since the beginning of time, the Duggar family has been highlighting the significance of achieving financial independence due to their conventional responsibilities and conservative views. The stagnation of the older Duggar children, on the other hand, raises significant questions about the family's perspective on adulthood and autonomy. The fact that she is a mother who places a high value on having a strong work ethic and the importance of family contributions is probably something that she battles with on a daily basis. What does she do? Anna is confronted with a challenging conundrum that many parents can identify with: how to strike a balance between her deep-seated belief in the importance of family loyalty and the requirement that her children grow up to be self-sufficient individuals. Having to contend with the scrutiny of the public and the high expectations that are placed upon her in a variety of different ways makes this fight significantly more difficult for her. The life of Anna Duggar is illustrative of the challenges that come with belonging to a family whose reputation is greatly dependent on how the general public perceives all members of the family. Her personal struggles, which include coping with the aftermath of her husband's scandal, managing a family with limited financial independence, and supporting her children through the challenges of growing up in a large and constantly watched household, are greater than the public may perceive. She faces more complexity than the public may perceive as a result of her personal struggles. To the outside world, she appears to be a loving wife and mother. However, behind closed doors, she is actually going through a great deal more than most people realize. It is impossible to predict what the future holds for Anne and her children. What is the date that the older children of the Duggar family will leave the nest and begin their own occupations or careers? Do you think Anna's position within the family will shift as her children mature? Or do you think she will continue to bear the burden of belonging to a family that has always been in the public eye? Although it may take some time for the answers to these puzzles to become apparent, there is one thing that can be said with absolute certainty. Anna Duggar's story is not even close to being finished, despite the numerous challenges that she has had to surmount. Anna continues to be a devoted wife and mother who is extremely concerned about her children and wants to ensure that their legacy is protected. Anna Duggar is a mother who exudes a calm strength and is resolute in her commitment to providing the very best for her children. She demonstrates resiliency and tenacity as she navigates the next part of her life, despite the shadows that her history has cast as she moves forward. Having to deal with the unique difficulties that come with living in the public eye and bearing the weight of expectations makes her path that much more compelling. Possibility for the years to come as Anna encounters the reality of a family struggling to move forward in a world that demands both conformity and creativity. Her story will develop in this delicate balance. This will be the situation in which she will find herself. We appreciate you watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next video on the channel.